Mandalo, it's nerd out time! Mandalo, it's nerd out time! Nerd, 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 nerd! Mandalo, it's nerd out time! Knowledge rules! Mandalo, it's nerd out time! Fibonacci, golden pockets, juice! Nerd, 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 nerd! Mandalo, it's nerd out time! Nerd, 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 Mandalo, it's nerd out time! Juice!
Good morning, Lions. How we doing? Happy Friday. Good morning, Lions. How we doing? Happy Friday. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How we doing? How we doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Situated. The math is the math. The juice is the juice. The levels are the levels. Let's go. Good morning. Coke Zero, maybe Band-Aid, Hitman Gucci, Ace. Good morning, brothers. Mark, Spanky, Damon, Zamil, Glitch, shoutouts, PSG, stand up. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. D6, good morning. Welcome. Pipeline, no limit. Mark. Let's go. Mr. Larry's. Wait. I don't know. I don't know, Mr. Larry's. We'll see. We're gonna look at some tight things. I think some people got in some longs yesterday. Yeah. Hands up if you got in a little thing yesterday. Rel Knight, Jamaica. Good morning. Pintlovsky. Let's go, Sammy. Who was here for the talent show viewing party last night? I know Happy 420 was vibing. Who was vibing? Let's go, Pedro. Good morning. J-Bucks. Strat. Good morning. Kimba AI. Frenzy. Liminal. Buzzo. Good morning. Let's go. Shoutouts calling noob. Nookie. Exclamation dashboard for the full schedule. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit. Sorry I wasn't able to be on every day this week. Just as kind of real life at its finest. Hey, but good things, good things. We planned for this. Hey, Blade, good morning. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's been having a great week. Looks like Biddy is pushing up against a level. Let's see what happens. Let's go, Jamaica. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Things are looking nice. Exclamation prepared. Nitrogen, good morning. Fib math. Yeah. 2 letters, 1 word. Let me get a 2 letters, 1 word in the chat. Yeah. Let's go. Good morning, YouTube. Shoutouts, Bobby Toxic Pedals. Exclamation dashboard for the full schedule. I think we got a little viewing party or vibe session. Maybe even talent show vibes after market close today. Exclamation dashboard. Yeah, there you're going to find the stream schedule, all the great exchanges that we have set up. We have tools. We got places that you can change your naked profile pictures and have your own custom avatars at the bottom. Shout outs to the Lines of Laquania avatars dancing across the bottom of the screen here. Shout outs to all of you. Good morning. Good morning. And shout outs to CoinWise for the amazing indicators that we've been using the past month or so. Yeah, it's really been helpful. Raise your hand if you've been enjoying some of the CoinWise indicators. Exclamation CoinWise. Yeah, I think that they still have some of their trials that you can give it a shot for free. Yeah, and they got some cool things cooking over there. Oh yeah. Shout out to PSG. Some looks at near. Busala, remind me when I start going into the alts. Shout outs ready. Shout outs to the whole team. Big cheers, ready. Yeah, big cheers to all of the team. All the mods, admins, developers, graphics. Litecoin went wild. Ooh-wee, Buzzo. Let's go. Yeah, we'll look at LTC also. Shamas, let's go. How's the sound on the playlist? I turned it way down as per request. That way when Inky's doing the rewind, it won't sound that weird. Yeah, we're gonna do some TA. Try to get some weekend plans. Try to get some session plans. You know it's a Friday though. And after Friday comes Saturday. Kimba's watching. He's like, dude, you're such a smart ass. Big cheers. Shout outs to Kimba. Much love, brother. And man, I love that song that y'all made for the talent show intro and outro. That thing is so good. Yeah, shout outs. Jay Becker, let's go. Arepo. Curvies, let's get it. How we doing? Yeah, pushing up at this high right here, all right? Let's see, it did sweep it kind of on Coinbase. And baby wick. Yeah, that's our value area high. You can push down below. Right after market into Macaulay. Cleaned up some of these bad lows down here. Oh no, that was at lunchtime. The UTC still gets me. I just got to program my mind better. Who's Kimba? This is Mandalo. Dude, that was funny yesterday. I saw you post that in the chat. He'd been here for years. I have been here for years, just viewing like everybody else. And now I get to join and share some of my levels, some of the vibes, and it's really exciting. You can hear the excitement in my voice, can't you? That's just like the old man in me. Though. Yeah. That's the old man in me. I'm freaking out on the inside. Nah. Act like we've been here before. You've heard that one before, haven't you? We have been here before. We've had a lot of streams together. Shout outs to all of you sticking it out and you know, being troopers through the Mandalo tech issues, and you know, I think that we've been really doing pretty nicely and having a good time. Hopefully we've been juicing too. Hopefully we've been juicing too. Yeah, it's a different way of looking at it, but still inspired by what we have been seeing the past 3.5 years. Cheers, Sammy. You have a great personality. Much love. BTC sweep and dip, maybe. Maybe. It's looking kind of like a reclaim, but we're not going to predict the future. We're going to look at the data, and we have a lot of bottom shorts. We got a lot of bottom shorts. All into the lows. I don't know if you can see like all that well over here, but lordy. Yeah, the blue's delta. If it's like off-putting, I don't know if I have delta set up correctly, but that should be pretty clear. Shout outs to CoinWise. Yeah. Relative volume, buy and sell, open interest, aggregate, net longs and net shorts, CVD, RSI. RSI is a little big. Get that pane a little bit smaller. Yeah, and any of you that have the indicators, I've been marking out some custom settings on it. Maybe we'll be able to encourage them to mark out the 50, the 30, and the 70, or like, you know, some of those levels in the RSI arena. But I'm not like a super big RSI trader in the first place, so just marking it out just so as a reference. I know a lot of people really focus on it. I like the high time frame to some level, but CVD takes a little bit more precedence to me. Crispy, let's go. Baba Magus, let's go. Welcome. Big cheers, greetings to Germany. Yeah, thanks for speaking up. Yeah, I've seen you in the chat, but I'm always happy to see you and all the Lions, you know, kind of having their say, asking questions, just vibing out. Big cheers. Thanks for the kind words. Yeah, and I feel you. A lot of people are just working on the side and they like listen in. Yeah, shout outs to everybody that's here. We have 56 viewers and 800 iPads this morning. Zcash Busalo, you are in some alts. Shishibui, let's go. Let's see where we go today. I like the sound of that. Yeah, the math is the math. Closed back inside value yesterday after briefly losing it and retesting. Yeah, and where did it bounce? 05? Yeah, we got so much on here. Yeah, but the more important thing was the level reclaim. Right here. Grab the naked point of control. Volume, previous range, value, area, high, and that's a high time frame level. That's this level right here. For this entire consolidation before we retrace back to the 107. Now we are establishing value up here. Once again, and holding that previous value area high. That's a nice 4-hour candle, by the way. Yeah, the daily could have been a little bit better. Yeah, that was pretty clean. Almost making it to value area high. But holding the lower end of value area really well. There's still too much on here for you. So we pretty much already nailed this box right here. This is our value area. And we're sitting right under the volume value area, volume point of control for the range. From what, last Friday? Flip that, things are gonna look a lot better. We have some inefficiencies up here in the lower time frame. And I mean the high is all the way down. It's just like pretty nasty. You can see it even better in like a 30-minute chart or something. But just cannot break them. It's looking like it's trying to change structure, but it also looked like that here, didn't it? On Tuesday. You were like, oh, we're so back, we're so back. Fuck. Shout out to RevQQ. Oh yeah, who juicing? Let's go, Coke Zero. Shout out to the snipers and longs. Let's get it. Damon, Vladimir. 98 bad bunnies. Let's get it. Old Frensky. Yeah. Ron Person. Sebs. JV. Now what are we going to do into the weekend? Yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah, I need to get above the previous day EQ. And this point of control right here. I'm going to delete the box. Actually, I'm going to just move the box over a little bit. It should be like right there. I'm just going to move it over for our reference for later. It's easier. Yeah, we're above VWAP, above monthly VWAP, weekly VWAP, way up here at the trend line retest again. Yeah, that weekly VWAP is strong. Don't sleep on it. It's an important reference point, especially for spot. TradFi as well. Nice. Yeah, the ETH was pretty nice too. Yeah, we were talking about that single print and the like the 4,300 being the value area low for the range. Mm-hmm. I think that's the correct one. Oh, that wasn't. I'm strong if you strong. I changed my single print colors on this chart because of the gaps. I need to do it on this one also. I wonder if it's gonna let me do it. Ugh. I kind of like it. It shows up pretty well. I think it was that. I'm gonna hide things. CME was pretty clean though. CME was pretty clean. That level that we had marked out down here, I would have liked to see it clean here. Maybe tap the gap, the top of where the old gap was. You know, we actually traded into it, so it's not quite as large as what this is showing. It'll only change color once it is filled. But this is the RTH, ETH gaps indicator from CoinWise. Shout out to CoinWise, exclamation CoinWise. Let's get it. Zcash is the craziest daily you've ever seen. Big pump before open. Maybe. Shout out Shwani. How we doing? Good morning. Time to clean. ETH Trident. I saw you posting in chat about that. Maybe so. Yeah, that I am a little bit hesitant about. Rejecting on CME from VWAP before, but we're back inside now above monthly VWAP. It's not as bad, and that 121 was a pretty important level. You know, it's kind of held. We reclaimed before the close yesterday. Reclaim that sweep level right there. And get this thing in ETH as well. Yeah, we got weeklies this morning or this afternoon, depending on Euro or US session. Or Euro or US contracts. Highs. I mean, that was nice, but those highs are bad. Are we going to 6,900 next week? Are they having CPI? Doomsday dump. Are they doing CPI? Did they fix it yet? It looks like it's back on the schedule, back on the calendar. After next week, my schedule is going to change again. I'm sorry, guys. But rest assured, if KIMBA's not here, I'll be here for this month's CPI. And I will also be here to celebrate FOMC with you. Are we going to get rate cuts again this month? CPI is on Wednesday, Mr. Larry's. The 15th. Yeah, shout out Superman. Good morning. Stream Elements. J-Sucks. Master. Modism. Yeah. Yeah, his energy is incredible, isn't it? Yeah, insistence. Fingers crossed. It's back on the calendar. We're probably... second week of October. We kind of did some, like, historical back testing and saw that I don't remember. We were looking at that a couple weeks ago because somebody was talking about the buyback period. This is the second week of October, isn't it? It's not that bearish. You know, you got to consider that we also hit all-time highs last, like really last weekend. So kind of taking a breath a little bit. It's only like a 2% pullback off of that. 3%. 10%. I'm just kidding. 5% for CME to the lows. It's not really that much. You see altcoins do like 50% pullbacks off of all-time highs. Buy orders are stacking. Yeah. Yeah, Binance's got some walls built up. Not really as much above. I'm gonna see if I can get heat maps out here. Yeah, I gotta change my source to get to it. There's not that much. Shoutouts to Market Monkey. Trading Light. I saw a new one. I saw a new one that just came out. Maybe it's not that new, but it looks a lot like Trading Light also. Yeah, I've been meaning to like look into it, but I saw somebody like posting it about like it was like one of the bigger X personalities. They weren't promoting it, they were just using it. Anatomy, good morning. How we doing? All right, we got 1 minute. 1 minute and counting. There we go. There we go. That was a lot of shorts into the lows, wasn't it? Now let's see if I don't mess it up. I messed it up. I'm still here. No, help me. We're just leaving that. Oh, there we go. Bye, bit. I can't figure out what's going on here. They just had unusual behavior. Ding, 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 ding. Unusual behavior. ETH, get in RTH. Let's see our gaps. Gap up on ES. And in CME, I'm assuming the same. Gap up. Open above monthly VWAP. In our single print on RTH. Are the quarters throwing you off a little bit? Yeah, right around weekly VWAP up here is interesting. We're gapping up here. RTH, the high is good in ES. But you know 6,800 Boo Gammas. And how's our Boo Gammas looking this morning? If you're not coughing, you're not juicing. $67.75. 10.10. It's gonna be dip the tip. It makes sense for this and previous day VWAP, you know, gap fill and go. It makes sense to retrace for that. The low is not the greatest, but it bounced pixel perfect from this level that we marked for some reason. I think it was at ETH level. Yeah, it was that high. That high. So not even like a super important level, but it held these. Yeah, I can imagine that there's a little bit of liquidity down there. But still, like, this is a point of control. There's an argument to be made, especially with the reclaim of the 121 sweep level. Yeah, for continued bullishness. And previous day value area high up here, question mark. I think weekly VWAP is a nice target. Even if it's a lower high, it cleans some of this, fills in some of the imbalance, and you know, is consistent with the ES confluence. Shout outs to Coinwise, exclamation Coinwise. Damon. Green Day. Maybe. Lux Slayer, good morning. Dirty, shout outs, thank you for the resub. JV, dip the tip. Yeah, so far. Kachoy, J sucks. Happy 420, good morning. Joopy, let's go. Yeah, dip the tip. Maybe fill the single print. That was the old gap. That's not a shorting box. Maybe for like our RTH. That's kind of interesting. Really, I think that's kind of interesting, but we rejected from it before. Top of the single print. Like that. But I like this more. Maybe like that settlement. If it's not going to take those highs, and those highs are really not good. So, possible resistance up here. Possible support at the gap fill and VWAP. Previous day point of control. Settlement. And then if it continues pushing downwards, you know, assuming that it made it down there, I would first look for a swing fail of the 120 and maybe a bounce at that prior gap. Yeah, it's kind of the three kind of scenarios that I'm most looking at. If S&P just keeps on pumping, it reduces bearishness. And I'm not bearish. Fast forward to 8K, yeah. For real, it is going to 60-1000 at some point, right? Good morning, Natero. How are we doing? We sold. Yeah. Yeah, sweep that, maybe. I could see it rejecting and just having another bad high. But that's a less probable outcome. And the high on CME isn't like all that bad, but it's not great either. And the hourly though, which is maybe more watched than the 30-minute for some of the, you know, the Wall Street big boys. That's a pretty nice hourly. And that's like the adjusted previous high. Every single one of those candles is a swing fail. Or just a rejection in general. We didn't get a close above. On the hourly. And there's your evidence there on the daily. Pretty nice. Holding that level on the daily, it's a clean, I think. We got to go in there with a microscope, but it is. You see that? That's ridiculous. That was the liquidation, wasn't it? Let's go. Who juicing? Bugatti, Bugatti, Bugatti. The math is too easy. Juice, 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 juice. You said it, Coke. Let's get it. You see the light? Green is good for today. For a few hours. Yeah. Let me get a yaw. Yeah, what's there to be what's there to be bearish about? Yeah, I think some people juiced on the all-time high short the other day though. That was pretty good. Nice little move. A sweep for, what is this? A sweep for ants? How are we gonna get that if we can't even get in the building? It's too easy. Sweep for ants. Love it. Let me get a little bigger. Nice. Nice. Little retest right there. Back test of value area high. Completed our rotation through value. Even though it wasn't a full daily. But breaking out from previous day value area is nice. I like weekly VWAP here as well. And that's kind of like a retest of that trend line. Trend line is very roughly drawn, so don't like try to mimic that exact line. I drew it on like the I think I drew it on the 4-hour chart. I can't remember at this point. Probably with how far it's extended. It's not that clean of a line. Maybe if you go from these, it connects a little bit more nicely. Yeah. A little bit better. It gives us some more room. But it's still right around weekly VWAP. Trend lines are not like the Gucciest juice. It's pretty subjective. But you can see visibly what's going on. Just had been held or sold into every time when we had a push. And a lot of those pushes were from ETH into RTH. You missed the all-time high. You get another chance, JV. Frezcon, yeah. I19, let's go. No Diabito, good morning. I love watching it too. Yeah, and at heart, I am just a chart nerd. I'm a chart nerd, I love this stuff. Always looking to improve analysis and in turn juice from it. And even if you find something that you are good with or that you find success with, it should definitely be something that you don't just like sleep on. Because if you're not always improving, then you're going to be falling behind. Honestly, Lux Slayer, you said it. I've seen some funny shit about gold the past couple weeks. Yeah, like boomers are laughing. How's those Bitcoins doing? How's those magic internet money doing? Future of finance, huh? Nice and clean. All right, let's see ETH. I mean, ETH is not looking great. That was an important reclaim. That previous month VWAP, this area down here in general, the 4,300 area was pretty important. We traded into the single print briefly and came back out, which was nice. Kind of like the same thing with Biddy. We overshot the lows and got back inside rather quickly. Even if it wasn't a 30-minute candle, it was still nice. And the 4-hour looked better. Yeah, the 4-hour looked pretty good. There's room to go if it ever gets bearish again. For ETH, it looks like we lost this whole consolidation up here, and we still cannot even get close to it. Yeah, it rejected from it. Really after this change of structure. After that, on like the lower time frame, when we closed below, that was a warning sign. And then just can't get back up there yet. You know, we have cleaned some things. Holding the single print and changing structure is good. We're really not changing structure that substantially yet. We have not changed structure. Yeah, have not made a higher high yet. So something to be aware of. Get back above here, and then that's gonna look a lot better. Get back above here, the 44.20 area. That's a lot better. Yeah, that's your objective. And then for all of the value up here, I'd say you probably want to get, you know, like maybe from the arrival there to the loss of it. Yeah, the 44.40 area. And visibly that whole zone, it's rough, like probably like this, but closes up closer to like the 44.50 is gonna look better. And 4,500 was always a level. It was always a level. First things first, we need to hold down here at the 4,300. Where had I identified that 4,300? Way back. All of this. Yeah, look how close it came. Look how close it came to that value area low. Where does it even go? Where's the bottom of this thing? Yeah, if you're not seeing that, that's the bottom of our value area. The point of control right here. Holding back above point of control. You got like that volume right here. Bouncing from it. Trading through it fast too. And then this node here. Kind of like your secondary HVN. Meeting up with monthly VWAP. PDEQ up here, we need to get above that. That's looking cool and all, but it's also looking, you know, as far as the structure, that looks cool. That looks like it's trying, but that just made a whole bunch of weak lows down here. And then the low at the bottom yesterday is not a good low. 6K ETH, let's go. That would be juicy. 4,300 to 4,204. Yeah, I think that there's like a couple of bad lows down there too. But the whole single print zone is juice. Where are you? Calculate. Did all my stuff disappear? Trading view. Quit hoeing. No, not really. Not even down to like 4,000 pretty much. Really just from that origin of the pump and break back out the reclaim. But that's like more like BTC going to 118, like below 4,200. I don't know. I mean, ETH and some other alts have been hit pretty hard, so it could just be like another retest of 119 at this point. ETH BTC is not looking as nice as it had been, right? Is it just taking a breath before the next run? It still looks good on this. It broke out. And then, do I have the channel on this one? That crazy channel, 3 years long. What I don't like, maybe you can kind of see it. Is that it's not perfection though. It's more like that trend line, but falling back under it. After only 1 day trading outside. But again, it's a trend line, so don't place too much weight into it. Jamaica, you said you still in your short? Bad highs on BNB. I could still see it retesting like that 1200 area. If things get really, really scary, you know, this is a major, major expansion. But things are looking nice. That is looking less nice. You know, kind of coming back and testing value and selling. Wardrobe malfunction. It bounced from this. It may come back down to that 1200 area. Yeah, from this next leg that we went through. Yeah, kind of held the 7.5 or pretty close to it. KIMBA box. 7505 bullshit. What is that? Yeah, a little clean. Little clean. Maybe we clean this. We're above point of control. I don't have VWAPs on. Is this levels? It's not the right levels. Shout out to CoinWise. Thank you for all the updates. Settlement is irrelevant. I just wanted to see some VWAPs in here. Holding VWAP, monthly VWAP, daily VWAP. Yeah, I got to customize this, but I'm not going to do that on stream. And point of control. That's good. I guess it cleaned these weak lows right here. I'm not really a big fan of this. But we're still above our important area, the important level, the 121.2-ish. Yeah, that 12600. I like that 121, like 200 a little bit more just for structure. That doesn't make it a buy box. And then with fibs, yeah, it's kind of interesting. Our golden pocket. Yeah, golden pocket lining up with the value area low from the low yesterday. And an anchor VWAP. We're still outside the bands pretty much. Yeah, pretty spicy. We just need to get back above this. Was that just flushing out some of the weak hands, or was that with shorts getting wrecked? Yeah, bottom shorts again. Some longs got TP'd at that high. I need to clean this up though. The VWAPs are not visibly what I want to see right now. It doesn't look great without my tailoring of it. Lifetime membership? No, I think they just have yearly at this point. Yeah, but it's a discount for the yearly over the monthly. So that's worth it. Yeah, they got a good support network. The their Discord is juice. The whole team is juice. Big shout outs to CoinWise. And I love the indicators. Amazing. Yeah, I know the education has some juice coming. They got some nice things in there too. Exclamation dashboard. Check out some of the exchanges that we're using. See the stream schedule. We got something coming up this afternoon. Get your avatar in. Make sure that you sign up for the exchanges. Yeah, there might even be some giveaways later. 3:30 into the close. Shoutouts to Housty. Yeah, there might even be a little surprise after after Housty comes on, or when he's on. Yeah, I saw them talking about a few things. Yeah, it could be exciting. I mean, it's always a lot of fun, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what unfolds. Right into the close and then some juice afterwards even. Let's go. But make sure you get your UIDs in. Yeah, check out the exchanges. Ronnie, I think that it's good, and you can I've been trying to get it. You can't. I think that this one has aggregate. Where's CBD? It has aggregate. This is on. So it depends on what you're looking at also, because it's the data set, but they have been pushing an update that that adds in even more aggregate. TradingView to me is more reliable in EXO, so you can do it volume based. There's less options, and the aggregate, it's kind of a pain to do. This you're able to. I like to look at the aggregate and the just the individual CVD. That's why you were just seeing it on this one. And then definitely for like CME and stuff, it's pretty good. For open interest, for TradFi, like that's something that I wouldn't rely on any of the indicators for, because you're not paying for it. And not for the indicator itself, it's for the for that live information. Yeah, that's like something that, shout outs to Unusual Whales or something, that you can you know, get a plan to get that information. But otherwise, I think that it's juice. Yeah, and this is aggregate open interest as well. Aggregate for the net longs and shorts. Obviously, we don't see net longs and shorts on Coinbase spot. So seeing aggregate for the for a bunch of exchanges across the market is nice. Yeah, Ronnie. Yeah, anytime. But yeah, I've been using it, and I was testing it a little bit even before the before they launched, and you know, I think that it's really nice. That's pretty funny right there. In the 5-minute. Yeah, they cleaned up a little bit of shorts, didn't it? Liquidations would be juice. Liquidations would be juice. Oh, there's my VWAPs. How does that keep happening? How does that keep happening? What am I doing? Are they Binance only? I don't think so. Bencio? Is that what they told you? I thought that they were. Well, Binance is like the majority of the perps market. I thought that it was aggregate. How do you read current? This is visible range. Good morning, my mate Nate. Sam, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. My mate Nate, you picked a good one. You picked a good one. Congratulations. Yep. Good dude. Yeah, welcome to the stream. We're just vibing out, doing some analysis and planning some levels, looking at some tools, and enjoying the morning together. Hope all is well and that you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I welcome you to our community. I'm Mandalo. Let's go. Big cheers, my main Nate. Let's go, Sam. Yeah, I think that's a glitch, my mate Nate. I saw a few people talking about it the other day. It happens every once in a while. Yeah, I don't know, like, really, I haven't read too much into the documentation on EXO, but when that happens, it's usually like a glitch. That stuff, like, it might have been like a contract reset or something. Yeah, there was like one of like a month ago that was like 1.5 billion or something. It was even larger. Yeah, insane. How I'm reading the net longs and shorts. So it's visible range. It's just like it is in EXO, like when KIMBA's dragging it around. And just like it calculates like our visible range volume profile, where it adapts or it dynamically adjusts based on what's visible on the chart. But this is shorts opening. When you see it going down, the shorts are closing. This is longs, and there's not like a whole lot of activity on the longs in the range off of the bottom. A lot of longs closed into or from the dump. Turn some of this stuff off so it's not as busy for you. CVD is really big. And I'm gonna pop this one up. So you see, like during the sell-off up here, we had longs closing. That's what we were talking about on Wednesday. So longs are closing through that. It's not that bearish. And at the lows, we had some shorts come in, and they kind of began to stop out like right here when it started to bounce. So the shorts are going down. Down here into the lows, like that's the most significant region. The longs aren't really doing much in that bounce off of the bottom. Instead, we had a lot of shorts really from here when monthly VWAP was lost all the way down into the lows. And even while it was bouncing, there was still some shorting. And that hasn't really changed that much, even reclaiming that level. So there's some shorts that are underwater, really from I guess we're like here. So drag it over to like about where we were. Wherever is like a little bit above us. I mean, there's some shorts underwater down here. It's not quite as easy as it is with like EXO, but that's a lot down there. I don't know about the like the number. It says 250 million. But just visibly, it looks pretty aggressive in those lows. And like you see these big open interest bars lined up with the shorts. So that's shorts opening. If it was big green bars, then it would be longs. But like price going down, open interest going up, that's shorts in most of the situations. But that helps you to read open interest a little bit better. Hyperliquid, whale shorted at the bottom. Nice. Unleash. Try to find a good area of longs. There is a great break where like the longs like super aggressively came in. It might have been at the all-time high. Yeah, it doesn't look like that much right here. But that first push to all-time high in on Sunday, it was a lot of longs came in, pushing us up and taking that high, and then you can see it like kind of dropping along with open interest as it pulled back from the 125. Is it making a little bit more sense? Yeah, my mate Nate, give him a shot at least for the trial. Exclamation Coinwise. You can do both. Well, I don't know about for net longs and net shorts. You can for the open interest, and if I'm looking at the I'm looking at the old version of it. They have a updated version. One of my layouts has the new version. I haven't done it yet, but they're about to push the new version that it has several more of the top exchanges. And you might think that like Bitfinex and BitMEX aren't like top exchanges, but they traditionally have been, and it's doing everything that TradingView has available. So the new version of the open interest has a lot more in its juice. How does that keep going down here? I'm putting VWAP on open interest. This is ridiculous. But all the ones that provide information, like notoriously, for example, BitGet is like impossible to get reliable information. And they do a lot of volume, allegedly. They're like arguably the second biggest perps exchange. You cannot get like good, it doesn't matter if it's EXO or like wherever you're getting a coin glass, you can't get like really, to me, to my knowledge, and I've looked pretty hard because of the amount of volume they do, unless they've changed recently, it's pretty hard. I don't know. It's just, it might just be the way that they report. They may not just provide the data. They may choose not to, or people aren't paying for it or whatever. I think that people would pay for it. I mean, I don't think that they have to. This is crypto. It would be nice. Just get a better read. What's S&P doing? That's a good question. Holding that weak high. They made that high pretty bad. Let's see what index. That's not looking super good. But it's all right. Hold the gap. And it might even dip the tip now. Is VWAP on here? Yeah, weekly VWAP right at the bottom of the RTH gap. It didn't fully close that gap yesterday. So that was pretty bullish. Right into the close it juiced. That's pretty funny. Ooh-wee. Bugs, let's go. How are you doing? Shout out Frescon. Yeah, they might. They can't manipulate as easily. If you give all the data. Alright, let's look at Sol and a few others. Litecoin. Somebody wanted to say something else. I can't remember which one it was. Dot looking okay. Under $4, man. Yeah, but that reclaim was nice. Yeah, I filled in a lot of the inefficiency down here. Almost to previous... was that 2 weeks ago VWAP? Yeah, and I think that's value area high for that range. A little bit, yeah, point, is that point of control? Yeah. How about that box at $4? But that was point of control right here at the bottom of the box at $3.98. Pretty nice. And then, quit playing with me. Our 428 is strong. Draw enough lines and it's going to bounce at one of them. Yeah, it's still trying to get out of this range. And value area high for all this is 432. Somewhere around there. Clean this, that's a good thing. Maybe it bounces somewhere between 420 and 415. That 415 was there for a long time. And look how it like came back to it and reject, and then like blast through it, and then we're like looking better. Maybe bounce at VWAP. Crow. Well, we had a nice go. Now the highs are bad. We need to get outside of that. These lows are not great. That's cool. Yeah, it needs some other push though. I mean, it's just got like a selling channel that it broke down from and rejected from. It's not looking that great. But it still is holding the value area, I guess. And in the higher time frame, it could look worse. What I don't like is it's kind of sitting back in here below the 22 cents area, 20 cents. Yeah, maybe it fills some of the inefficiency down at 17 if this is lost. Really don't want much more than this. That was a long time ago. Sui's looking a little bit better. The dip yesterday, you cleaned some of that up, but we're still like lower highs and lower lows. It is slowing down a little bit. You kind of see it rounding ever so slightly, but it's not great. Oh, this 12 hour, that was from a while ago. When was that? Sunday, Saturday, last week? Yeah, the dip is holding. I forgot what time frame I was looking at. It actually held this high bullish retest. Just got to get and hold back up here. 4 hour might help. Yeah, that's resistance. It almost, I mean, really value area low from that region the past week. Rejected. And VWAPs, monthly and weekly. That's from this low. Let's see it from like the big low. Fucking with me. Need to get above that. Yeah, hold above VWAP. Shoutouts CoinWise, exclamation CoinWise. Check them out. Juice. I haven't looked at Sol. I'm gonna do Hype and then Sol, and just like kind of rounding out some of the major alts that we've been looking at a lot, and then we're gonna begin to wrap up with a summary for weekend plans. Yeah, Jamaica. Do I have a tutorial on how I set up my CoinWise? It's always adapting. They keep pushing all this new stuff. But we can do a nerd out on it. Maybe we'll do a nerd out on it next week or the week afterwards. Yeah, I think that one of the developers wants to come on and do a stream with it, like kind of a Q&A stream. How would that sound to everybody? Yeah, if we do it, it'll be like recorded and stuff, so in YouTube. But either way, if I do a nerd out, it'll be recorded. You know, more than just like the morning nerd outs that like we call them nerd outs, but they're just like me sitting here and shit talking altcoins. Maestro, let's go. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to PSG. Yeah, I'm happy to. Yeah, get your trials in so you know what questions to ask. And I'm not just like going through and being like, hey, this is how we change the color on this one. Yeah, and they actually have a YouTube also that it demonstrates some of the indicators, so you kind of have an idea about what they do. Yeah, but my preference is they're different. I changed some of my colors. I really want the time to tailor it. You see, like every day it gets a little bit different. You know, like before I go to bed, you know, when I'm all tired and can't like nerd out anymore, sometimes I'll spend like, you know, 20-30 minutes just like tinkering. I love tinkering with my charts. So sorry if it's inconsistent for some of you, like to keep track of things. But for me, color coordination for like, if I have a lot of levels, it's helpful to have color coordination for them. And you see that with like EXO also in like KIMBA's EXO streams. But for like levels and things, you know, like red for daily, yellow for weekly, green for monthly. And then I know like, okay, those are monthly levels. So that's kind of useful. And then quarterly's a different color up there. Single prints, I haven't adjusted it in all of them. I used to like orange for all my single prints, but it kind of is off-putting with like all the other orange stuff that we have. I don't mind this color. I kind of like that white color that I started using, that like light blue. I think it looks pretty good. But you could kind of get lost with the candles on it. Blue, that trading light that I used to use a lot, looks okay. Yeah, but it's just really getting contrast. So when you have a busy chart, and I'm always talking about like cluster of confluence. Even if I haven't said that term, that's how I'm, kind of checking the boxes. The more confluence that we have, the better for a certain level. So you have market structure, you have like an important VWAP, you have like an opening level, and you have like a value area high, and then like a fixed range value area. Like all of that tells me that that's a pretty important level. Like that's something that we should pay attention to and maybe look for a reaction at. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna like blanket enter or market smash there. It's just like check the data at that point in time. Yeah, you might be seeing kind of like behind the curtain a little bit more with my process because I'm just dumber than KIMBA. But I still feel like we've been coming to similar conclusions with our ability to interpret the market. Yeah, I'm not going to ever say that I'm able to read it as well as he can. I never will be able to, I don't think, because he's always going to get better. But I can always strive for it. And it's not just analysis, it's execution. And goddamn, he's a fucking god mode on that. Yeah, follow your plan. But you gotta be able to have confidence in it also. Yeah, shoutouts to KIMBA. Have confidence in yourselves though. Like you feel like you understand it, things are working out for you, have confidence. That doesn't mean full port. But stick with your plans. Let it play out. Accept what your probabilities are and accept what you are willing to risk. Yeah, we don't have to get rich in one trade. It's nice. That would be nice. It's a long game. Did he just say long? We have plenty of time. We have plenty of time. Let's juice. Let's juice together. Hype, come on. Quit playing with me. Now it looks like it's rejecting here. But it's holding previous day point of control and current value area high. Hold that. Maybe it completes the rotation for value area. Value area low for the day is same as yesterday. Getting above point of control VWAP and previous day point of control is a good thing. And PDEQ. That's a solid hold. We can complete the rotation, and that's right around single print and weekly VWAP. That's natural resistance and structural resistance as well. Close above that, close above this, and I wouldn't really worry too much about previous quarter VWAP. But then you're seeing maybe it interpreted more as a reclaim and pushing out towards the next set of levels. So that's kind of how I'm like processing it quickly. That's your 15-second TA on hype. And that's without me even like reading numbers. I'm looking at structure and I'm looking at the important levels. You can derive the numbers after you find that stuff. And that's how you're like kind of looking. And I didn't even pull a fib. I don't care about fibs at this point. I'm not looking for entries. There's a lot of other confluence. I'll check the fibs before I like. I mean, we got a lot of confluence in that point. There's going to be an important fib there. You think it might reject? You think it might have some confluence? It's probably 7.5. Yep. 7.5. There's your golden pocket, like right above us. You know, I'm not de-emphasizing fibs. I don't use them quite as heavily as some other people do. Even though it's math-based, I really like it. I like volume, number one. And I'm huge in TPO. I really, really appreciate it, but I emphasize volume much more. I've just had more success with it, even though I just love TPO. And TPO is juice, juice, juice for lower time frame traders. Full steam ahead, 75x on Farcoin. Let's go, Fibception. Yeah, it can always improve Fib math. Same for me. Yeah, one of the things that, and you won't hear me talk about like my own personal trading all that much, but one of the things that is a weakness of mine is I am extremely confident in my analysis. Not like cocky about it, but I feel like very strong with it. If I'm not sitting at the charts, if I'm unavailable, I don't put in blind limits, or I very rarely do. Yeah, unless it's like a spot blind or something. I'm not like leverage trading on blind limits very often if I'm not sitting there. Yeah, I want to read like the order flow and everything as it's happening. I want to check those reclaims as they're unfolding. Man, it might be trauma from the past, but I just need to trust that. There's always another trade. And the more time that you're in it, like the more you'll understand that. Jedi's Kirk, let's go. How you doing this morning? Modism, Jupy. Yeah, you're still early. We're all still early. Madface. This is Kimba, doxed. That's right for a weed. Grim, how you doing? Yeah, we're fixing to call it in a few minutes. I'm gonna look at Soul real fast. And oh, it's Near. Who was asking for Near? Shout out to Nate and Sam. I don't think you were the ones that were asking for it, but I'm just remembering you. Look at Soul. Did we get back above that 220 again? Held in that 215 that we kind of talked about. You put enough lines on the chart and it's all like juice. Where did I draw that trend line from? We just ran out of music. That's pretty clean. But yeah, that 232. I mean, that was like unreal. Yeah, and our 221 was an important level. Send it. We got bad highs. Really bad highs from yesterday. Or 2 days ago. Yeah, yesterday. Lows are ass. But we're above our important level. We're trying to hold above value. And point of control. I don't know what happened to my VWAPs. I probably fucked him up again. But yeah, 223 holds. 224 is next. Oh, Buzz, thank you. Tau. I'm gonna do LTC first. Sorry, Buzz. Yeah, I gotta hurry up. Ooh, wait. Look at that. That's that point of control, and it reclaimed. Wow. That's juice. Were we talking about that 115? It did clean it. How about those lows? God dang. Lord of mercy, those are bad. That's absorption. Like a motherfucker. Cardano. UU. Alright. That is juice. Yeah, it just like steamrolled all of this. And somewhere we were talking about those highs right here at 134. Steamroll all of that, and then we had that single print, those highs, and they just said, send it. Lord have mercy. Last night, that was juice, huh? Did you stay up for that, Buzz? That was during, was that during the talent show? Or right before it? Juice. Yeah, those lows are ass. Ass. How did that happen? It's like shorts getting wrecked. Oh, longs came in. What, was there an announcement or something? That looks like a lot of longs. Holy shnikes. Yeah, we got shorts like on this candle. It's fucking... What are you gonna do? Shorting into this. And they still haven't closed. Yeah, that's juice. What's our next levels? Why is this here? What's that yellow mean? Is that bad? It's probably value area high. Yeah. If 136 breaks, 137 is next. This is bad. And that's not great. Yeah, maybe that cleans. If we turn this into support though, like next level. I like that. You know, it's not that far from the 150s. It all depends on Biddy. But we're coming into the weekend. That's all like kind of got some weakness all the way down. So yeah, I'm not like calling for anything like gigantic. But this is not good. That's not great. Let's see how it lines up over here. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, it could still have like some resistance all through there. But that's nice. That like flip of this. Right there. Super solid. And then I guess that's our lows here. But we're outside that value area from there. Broke out from it. That was why it was resistance when we first came up. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Maybe get a retest pullback at like your 124. It's pretty far away though. You know, Bitcoin starts getting nukey. Maybe like something like that, or like there, down to the point of control. Don't ask for too much though, because breaking out. Yeah, it gave people a lot of time at those lows too. And in the 30-minute, those are poor. Yeah, maybe it comes down to the single print. Maybe it fills one of them, or trades into one of them. Taps weekly VWAP. You see this a lot though. Diamond hands, let's go. ETF, yeah, probably. XRP, is it doing the same thing? Yeah. Yeah, you gotta let that narrative run its course. And then who wants to really get back in it after the narrative's over? You like wait. Nice, Buzz. Nice. Yeah, I would feel really alright being in spot on it. I need to go. I'm so late. Yeah, XRP structure is not as nice. God damn it, AVAX. Quit playing with us. You get all these like good news to like exit pump us, and then I mean it's still holding the level though. Yeah, the 26 area, 28. But 31 was important for it. We had talked about that quite a few times. There's your ADA, UU. Ugh. I need to just hide everything. What in the fuck? This is a 30-minute chart and it's all this going on. I just need to turn all this stuff off. That's what I wanted. You got a big ass triangle. Bad highs, bad lows. Get your ADA ETF and we'll rock it like a Litecoin. All right, well, let's go over to boomer markets. We like finished the initial balance, and wait, was I gonna look at something else? I don't think I was. Tau, Fibception, I got you. That's the last one. Yeah, I'm super late. Wait, it was you that wanted to see Cardano. I mean, holding here, I'm not looking for a position right at this point. If it sweeps this or sweeps that, possibly. I would be cautious for a swing fail for somewhere in this selling weak highs. It's a lot of weakness up here though, so if you start getting closes up here, then it might be going for the next set of highs. That's really far from where we are. It's like 30%. So just like kind of temper your expectations. ADA, it had a good move, but a lot of times it's not like gonna have that big of a moves. Like that was a gigantic day. I forget. Yeah, that was like in March. your 4 hour. It's weak down here. And it's pretty close now. In lower time frame, you need to get above this. And that's kind of the change in structure that you're waiting for. It kind of helps because we have like lower highs and lower lows like the whole way down through here. That helps like kind of shift the narrative from this being a low, a lower high, that's a higher low. And so then you're like kind of looking for the next stage. Biddy. I mean, these lows are crap. Yeah, you want the like the 120 area to hold for continued bullishness. Worst case scenario on the weekend, it challenges like the high 118s to like high 117s area, like the 118 range, which is a bullish retest. Kind of like through there. And sweeping this right here, that's not bad. It just needs to get back above it. So if it got real bad this weekend, and I'm not saying that, I'm just giving us plans to the upside. Like plans to the upside, we got bad highs the whole way. Like you start closing up here, like things look a lot better. Maybe a sweep right here to clean this. Got to get above this point of control, and in the and then you're just like session levels. Did I not look at Tau? Sorry, dude. I was like, Tau, here we go. I said I was going to do near. Near broke out a little bit. Yeah, that's above those highs. It still has more room. Things are looking strong. Maybe it consolidates and like you get a bounce at this consolidation here. Maybe you get something like that. All the way to, I mean, it's holding value area high. That's pretty good. Get back above this high. Things look better, especially like for 4 hour sake. You don't want it to like close below this high at noon New York time. It's not going to look as nice because that's swing fail. But it's looking good. Near's looking good. And then Tau. I even like clicked it, I think, and then I didn't look at it. Yeah, Tau's looking good too. It's kind of the same idea. Yeah, I forget why I was using that, but I need to get rid of it. Yeah, the 400, those highs are likely. We might get like a retest on somewhere in like this 380 to 370 area. But holding that imbalance is good. Yeah, maybe it like comes back and like taps this. It like tried to kind of. That. It's a pretty big box. That's what he said. Bad highs also. Yeah, kind of already did the back test. It's looking okay. A lot of volume came in, huh? When it broke from this. Yeah, it closed like right above that. So higher high. And they said send it. Yeah. Could be a fun altcoin weekend. Kind of for weed. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, especially for alts. I'm kind of with Buzz with that. But I don't have like millions of dollars to ladder like I'd like to. No, not like the whales do. Or like Sato. Well, almost filled the gap on CME. Yeah, not a whole lot going on today. Maybe S&P cleans the highs. I think the close will be pretty interesting. You got a lot of boot gammas up here. But it's looking like resistance for the time being, even though we're holding the RTH gap. Maybe gap fill and go. We kind of already went through scenarios on CME. Banana gun, Ronnie. Dude, I'm like 45 minutes late. I don't know if I can like send off with banana gun, brother. What is that? I never even heard of that one. You're gonna like mess up all my tickers. My charts are already like ugly. Okay, I'm gonna turn some stuff off. So like if there is a ticker on TradingView called Banana Gun, this is gonna be a great. I do not want to check banana. Is it called banana or is it banana gun? Is it like all of that? What's the actual ticker? Holy shit, dude. No, we're gonna see like TAing like the this is the shitcoin of the day. Okay. I don't want to like throw any shade on anybody that's like interested in stuff. It's on Binance. I mean, the structure's bad. Oh, I didn't do disaster either, and I saw that it was like breaking down yesterday. I don't know if it reclaimed. Shoutouts Coke Zero. I know that you're still that it's strong. You juiced off of it. Yeah, Banana Gun is not looking that great. There's room to go down. I've never heard of this thing. This is a buy Bitcoin, like Binance didn't even come at the top. There's no volume on this down here, which maybe like as it's selling, that's not the worst thing. But maybe it's just like deviated or like corrupted by that gigantic short squeeze. I wonder if they have open interest. They do. When did this thing come out? It's been out for a while. I think I heard of this a long time ago. I just never charted it. Yeah, that daily chart is just like kind of sad. It held that low though. If it continues selling, maybe it bounces like somewhere in like the 16 area. The highs are really poor as well, or weak. Yeah, there you go. That's without any indicators. It's just like structure. Yeah, probably like towards the lower end of value as well. Yeah, we're gonna go from there. Normally I would just be like structurally that's the beginning of the range, but look at that. That was like a lot of volume. Yeah, right at the point of control, that's juice. Let's go for like the whole range. Yeah, same. Not even different. It maybe changed the value areas a little bit. So hold that. Yeah, I need to break the highs. You throw a VWAP on there. I'll just do from the low instead of like going through the whole. Shoutouts to CoinWise. I just am like super in a hurry. But it's holding the anchor VWAP too. That's like okay. Yeah, from there. Pretty much holding the anchor VWAP. All right. I hope you... Danny! Shout out to you, brother. Big cheers. Making it rain. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Shout out to Danny. Thank you. Hey, big cheers. Big cheers. If you were just blessed by your man, Danny Bolai, he is juicing. He's always making it rain in the chat. He's always spreading the love. Good dude. Come to PSG. Vibe out. Learn some things. Exclamation Discord. Shout outs PSG. Shout outs to CoinWise. Exclamation dashboard for the full stream schedule. We got some juice coming later today. Make sure you get your UIDs in for all of the exchanges. Who knows where there's going to be giveaways, but it's going to be juice this afternoon. I know that they're going to do some fun things. Yeah, so make time. It's right around power hour market close timing. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. I gotta get the hell off of this chart. Like, I think we just broke trading view for me. Yeah, exclamation tools. Oh, are we gonna get it? Are we gonna get it? He reaving. What happened? Somebody. Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. Clean those lows. We plan for this for days and weeks and months. Who's sitting in the owner's box? What happened? I know. Well, dudes. ETH broke. Yeah. Not a surprise. That was an aggressive sell. It didn't break the lows yet, though, on ETH. Yeah, I might clean it. Yeah, I'll watch it till the close. We got a minute. S&P, is it nuking? Fuck's sake, what happened? Yeah, throw all that shit out the window. It's about to be weekend. Euro options is about to close. We gotta fucking take profit fast. You gotta get our shit down to the right level so we don't get wrecked. Look at that, and it's still holding it. Previous day value area low on CME, by the way. Shout outs, Jedi's Kirk. Shout outs to Buzz. Shout out Motosim. KIMBA AI. Shazaman. KIMBA Lion. Let's go. My name is Longs. Crispy. Pedro. Mark. Let's fucking go, dev team. Let's go, Kirby's. Big cheers. Jamaica. Wiztard. Yep, back to zero. Just wait for the bear post. Oh, hourly close. Hourly close. S&P, are you going to sweep and go or sweep and keep going? Oh, never below 6,700 again. Previous week VWAP. Ready, let's go. Shazaman. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. For weed, my name is Long. I know, for real. Kachoya. Juice, 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 juice. Bugatti, 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 Bugatti. It's gotta be testnet. Yeah, it's destroying everything. The math is the math. The levels are the levels. Yeah, and Bitcoin still has some broken structure. ETH still hasn't taken the low. Yeah, very strange that they just like kind of... Oh, ETH just took the low. that they just kind of walk it up in ETH and nuke it down in RTH. It's like, RTH is like, thank you for letting us take profits and filling our shorts again. Big cheers, gang. Big cheers. Yeah, if for some reason it looks like we're going to close below 118, I'll come back on maybe later if I'm able to. Exclamation dashboard. Make sure you get your alerts up. Shout outs to YouTube and the rewinds. If you missed anything today, we're charting Banana Coin and Apple Coin and orange coins. That's Bitcoin. And all kinds of other fun things. We nerded out on some CoinWise. Shout outs to CoinWise, exclamation CoinWise. Try it out. We nerded out on some dashboards and stream schedules. We got some juice coming this afternoon. S&P is just like god awful. And vibed out to some jazz. Big cheers to the entire team. Shout outs to all of you. Much love. Yeah, I appreciate all the hard work that you put in every day. Everything is juice and things keep getting more amazing. Big shouts to KIMBA. Big shouts to the exchanges. Big shouts to the dashboard and CoinWise. And big shout outs to all the OGs and veterans and Danny Bolot. Wait, I forgot to ask you. Do you want to see anything? You want to see me chart anything before I sign off? Crispy, Pedro, Mark, Curvies, Ready, Jamaica, Shazaman, Mark, Jedi's Kirk, Buzz. Let's go. Yeah, you might just get a swing fail here. Natero, have a great day. Have a great day. Fibception. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Shouts to Cage, shouts to Houston, shouts to Dev Team. Big cheers to MGK. To Buzz, to Cyper. Chauncey. Tiggy. Shoutouts Coin Nerd. Shouts Ready. Shoutouts Mark. Shoutouts Gypsy. Did I say Houston? Houston. Tracer. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Fibception. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. I hope you juice and do not like max port on a Friday or a weekend. Yeah. Yeah, things are getting spicy, but I have so much work. I had to be in a meeting like basically an hour ago. But I really want to trade this. All right, if things get really spicy down here, like at the next gap fill, if that happens during RTH, you might see me back in here. Kachoya. Big cheers, y'all. Much love. Watch the YouTube if you're just joining in. Welcome. Go sweep. Yeah. Yeah, I think it likes to. But I'm out of here. Whizzed hard. Aphelion, shouts to you. Thank you for the resub. So Guru, let's go. Mr. Larry's. Kachoya. Yeah, whizzed hard. Alright, I'm out of here. He reaving. If you don't use a stop loss, Sato gonna slap the shit out of you. Alright, big cheers.
It's Mandalo.
Class in session, lines pay attention. Professor Mandalo, juice is the lesson. Charts don't lie, numbers show the way. KIMBA gang minds turn data to the pay. Grab your notebooks, mark your lines. Patience in the jungle is how we shine. Knowledge is power, math is the key. Every young line gon' learn from me. If lines can't do it, homie, it can't be done. Work, sweat, and grind, the journey just begun. I'ma elevate the game, show you how it's won. vandals. The market makers is frontin'. We see through they scandals. Price is the box and we puntin'. Bugatti money focus. Flexing on my mind.